Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter,
And I'm Elena.
and we have retired everywhere. Today we're in the balcony of our hotel in Thailand, in Hue Hin, and we are taking a little break, a little change of scenery to record this video to talk about our story, like how this life began for us. So we're living in Denver, Colorado, loving the city, the mountains, beautiful place, had our family there, and after COVID ended and we started taking stock of life and the jobs that we had, we kind of hit a little bit of a window where things just lined up for us to, consider retirement. But it was just a dream and kind of starting the plan. And then we really, talked about taking an extended trip, and the extended trip getting longer for the different places we wanted to go. And eventually it was like, well, do we really need to go back? What if we just started going and traveling? So we, looked at the market. The housing market was crazy. You could sell a house in a weekend for more than you were asking. It just really didn't matter. And we said, it's time to cash out and enjoy life. And so we did. We within a few months decided that was the plan. We put the house on the market, and it sold. And we, you know, sold all of our stuff. Got rid of the car and hit the road.
Yeah, I think we were very lucky and blessed because things just go like, you know, I can't even imagine somebody else selling everything and selling the house and the time that we did.
Yeah, it was very fortuitous to be in a hot market. And the other just funny coincidence was, I was working on a very large project for my client. Had a long-standing relationship, and the project got canceled for other reasons. And they were like, "Well, we'll find you something else." And I just said, "No, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to move on." And they just thought I was nuts because it was, way too young. And then, of course, I talked to my finance guy, and he said, "You don't have enough money here. You're nuts." But we decided, this was a life we would rather live now, while we still had our health, most of it, and our sanity, most of it. And we just said, let's give it a try. And we bounced around the world. And so we did primarily slow travel for 2022, which, after the fortuitous life of selling the house and getting ready to go, we actually retired right into the stock market recession or bear market, and then inflation hit. So we had a first year where finances were not what we had planned. Market went down and costs went up, but we just adjusted our plans a little bit and have you know enjoyed our travels so much that we really kind of decided it was worth it, even though it was not quite what we planned. And after about 18, well, a little over a year of traveling slow, we actually made our way down under to Southeast Asia and then into Australia and New Zealand. And due to the size of the countries and the number of countries, we actually started traveling really fast.
Yes, we move a lot those months.
Yeah, we didn't rent a van like a lot of people do down there. We stayed in hotels, motels, and Airbnbs, etc., and just rented a car and drove a lot. And we've actually circled both the North and South Islands of New Zealand, and then the eastern coast, the main cities of Australia. And I figured out one time it was close to 30 different stays across those 3 months. So averaging like 3 days in each location, and packing and unpacking the cars and our stuff, and it was exhausting.
We also made the mistakes to carry a lot of stuff that we thought we were going to use, like high heels for me, like cute dresses
uh, uh,
to
Dress clothes and dress shoes for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of stuff that for some reason, we mentioned this in another video, for some reason in your mind, you think that you're not going to find to the place, in the place that you were going. And it's things in dresses, in shoes, in sandals, everywhere in the world. So
Yeah.
you don't need to carry all that.
Yeah. Unless you're trekking through the Amazon, you know, climbing Kilimanjaro, you're probably going to be able to find anything you need just about everywhere. So that's part of another video about packing light that we'd love for you to watch. But yeah, so yeah, we did our little stint of fast travel, wore ourselves out, and then just coincidentally, we had planned our wedding, and so we went from that to our wedding in Spain, or actually prepping the wedding in Spain. So dealing with wedding dress, and which was getting made in Turkey. So we were bouncing over to Turkey, and then we were meeting with our wedding planner and planning all the events and tasting foods and yada 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 that goes into that life. And we basically beat ourselves down, by our own planning. Uh, by the middle of 2023, and we just said, we need to settle down and relax, and we had spent some time in Portugal. We love Portugal, and we just thought this is our forever home. We can base ourselves here and really explore Europe. And we took the next step to actually get a visa
Yes.
in Portugal, which, again, love Portugal. The visa process is not that hard compared to others.
Was.
It's gotten harder. It's changed.
Yes.
We're not going to explain that in this video, but it's still comparatively not that difficult. And the requirements aren't that hard. But from our side, it was the wrong choice at that time. We were just tired. We weren't ready to settle down.
Exactly.
So, we slip into this life in southern Portugal in the Algarve, which was just voted as having the most beautiful beaches in the world, and we will not disagree at all. We look forward to going back and visiting our friends, but after a year of being settled down in a place, we gave up our lease, sold our car, which we bought a car, and are now back out on the road. And we are spending the this winter, in Southeast Asia. We are in Thailand, and we're staying in hotels, taking advantage of some opportunities to use points to get some beautiful stays and get some status, and just kind of a different lifestyle that we've been living the last few years, and loving it.
Yes. For us, plans change a little bit, for many reasons. When we talk about settling in Portugal, we don't take in consideration the summertime is way too busy, and we really don't enjoy that. In the winter time, it was raining more than we were expecting. So for us, our happy time and our happy place is this blue sky, um,
Ocean breeze.
ocean breeze, go to the beach, have our walk. And in winter time, that's something that is maybe in another year where the weather is different, but the year that we were there, that was not.
Yeah, and that goes to another video we made about lessons learned. But just understand that no place is perfect.
Exactly.
But when your dream is to travel in retirement and to see all these different places, the moment you settle into a place that, while it was significantly less than living in the United States, it still isn't an inexpensive place to live. Portugal has gone, because of the inflation crisis and the popularity of it. It's well-deserved popularity with Americans, Canadians, British, French, German, etc. It's just gotten more expensive. Everything is more expensive. When we visited in 2022 to just when we moved and settled in 2023, prices were up, for the housing side, 20-30% for rent. And then food with the inflation crisis was up, another 20-30%. So the cost of living, while nowhere near what Americans have faced, because a 30% rise in America is more than a 30% rise in Portugal, it got expensive in Portugal to the point where we couldn't do all of the things we wanted to do. And we actually spend less money traveling to places like Thailand and Vietnam, and staying in hotels than we would being there. And plus, we just love travel. We missed
Yes.
being in new places and experiencing new things. So
Mhm.
that is our story to date. And if
Mhm.
you did enjoy the video,
Please subscribe.
yes, subscribe to the channel. Again, Retire Everywhere.
Yes.
If you like the video, that helps us reach other people. And we really hope your life is treating you well. You had a great thanks. Take care.
Bye.